At Krotz, Lori and Associates, our dedication to superior client service continues to drive our pursuit to provide the highest quality service. We are committed to providing close, personal attention to our clients and take pride in giving you the assurance that the help you receive comes from years of advanced training, technical experience, and financial acumen. We are not your ordinary bean counters. Call us today and find out what makes us different. 405-848-2200. Or visit us at krotzcpa.com.
Dr. Devin Nightingale is your chiropractic choice in North Edmond with easy access from Cashion, Guthrie, Luther, and all the Oklahoma City surrounding areas. As a former college athlete, Dr. Nightingale understands the importance of a fully functioning body to gain that competitive edge. Also certified in prenatal and pediatric treatments, Dr. Nightingale sees all types of patients, ranging from 2 weeks old to 97 years old. We offer conservative treatments to get you back in the game, whether you're a weekend warrior or a professional athlete. So give us a call at 405-471-5565 for a free consultation today.
Are you looking for a bank that provides excellent security and safety for your account information? Then Bank Central is made for you. When you use our website, bcna.com, you can pay bills, check account balances, download statements, and even manage your debit card. With our mobile app, you can do all that, plus make deposits as easily as taking a picture with your phone. Talk to a CSR at any of our 6 locations to find the products that work best for your banking needs. At Bank Central, we're centered on you. Member FDIC.
The thing with car buying nowadays is just how many options there are when it comes to where to actually get a car. Dealerships, websites, auctions, private sellers, and so on. But knowing exactly where to get your car loan makes it all much less stressful. That's where Communication Federal can help. There's a reason we're known for auto loans around here. Lots of car options, lots of places to buy, but only one choice for an auto loan. Communication Federal Credit Union.
Upper crust wood-fired pizza.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
Why be a ranger? At Northwestern, with small classes, you can be seen. With over 40 programs from business to nursing, you can be career-driven. With a campus home away from home, you can be independent. With over half our students graduating without student loans, you can be debt-free. And with a mosaic of cultures, you can be you. Northwestern, success lives here.
When pain or an injury is keeping you from the game of life, we want to help you get back to your golf game, your yoga game, to the backyard games, the home games, back to the fun and games. Physical Therapy Central.
So now you're here again, knocking at my door. A little too late for, I'm sorry for. The lights went out cause you kept cutting the cord, and I started to fade into your gray.
This is Grain and Grange Market, the coolest little boutique you've never heard of. Come see us.
For over 50 years, Tulsa Tech has helped people find new career paths, jobs, and a successful future. We've partnered with Tulsa businesses to grow our economy and help train the workforce of our community. During these uncertain times, one thing is for sure. Tulsa Tech will be here when life returns to normal, helping people make their own path. We will get through this together.
This is your moment. You've got what it takes. The grit to get from first steps to finishing touches. You're here to train, to put in the hours. Because today's hard work gives you an edge. To get hired, to earn more, to fine-tune a future to be proud of. Career Tech. Get skilled, get paid.
FloorTech proudly serves schools across the state of Oklahoma with gym floors and janitorial supply needs. Contact Jeff Southall so he can help your school. Jeff proudly supports his hometown Cashin Wildcats. Go Cats!
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back, always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
And a very pleasant good morning. Welcome back to the BOK Center in downtown Tulsa. Grant Merrill along with you this morning on Squirtle TV. Joined by the great Adam Dieselhorst as Chris Lincoln takes a break after being the Iron Man for 2 games this morning. And, of course, we are in the midst of the final day of the Tournament of Champions at the BOK Center in downtown Tulsa, as the consolation championship for the senior girls features the Howe Lady Lions and the Seiling Lady Cats. And, Adam, it's been a good tournament so far. Appreciate you and Squirtle and the opportunity to work together on getting this done.
Yeah, it's been a great opportunity. You guys have done a fantastic job, like you mentioned, kind of being the Iron Man, calling all these games. Pretty impressive, by the way. 8 games a day for 3 straight days, and I know that Mick's really happy, and everybody's been happy so far, and so we are excited about being able to provide the platform to stream.
Starters for Seiling today: Emily Shook, the 5'6" senior; Bracy Nyberg, the 5'7" sophomore; Madison Claver, the 5'6" senior; Kinley Gore, the 5'7" sophomore; and Ariana Whetstone, the 5'11" sophomore. For Howe, it's Maddie Ramsey, 5'10" senior; Shiloh Fletcher, the 5'5" senior; Kayla Nye, the 5'9" senior; Raylan Delt, the 5'10" senior; and Kaylee Turner, a 5'11" senior as well. Opening tip goes the way of Seiling. Here come the Lady Cats on the attack. Nyberg with the basketball. She'll work it into the paint and back out top to Emily Shook. Now to the left corner. I'll bring it back over to an open teammate here over to the right wing. That's going to be Kinley Gore. Back up top, Nyberg. Now to the right wing, Shook driving in. Emily down to the baseline, double team, trying to get out of traffic there. And now the basketball's loose. Stays in bounds, though. And Seiling will maintain control here. Nyberg, top of the key, loses the basketball. Now it's loose and on the floor. Who's going to pick it up? Well, the thumbs go in the air, so alternating possession will go to Howe.
Well, Grant, that's one thing you see early in this game. Howe's length probably be something that messes a little bit with Seiling.
Kayla Nye sent to get into play here. She'll move it in for the Lady Lions to Shiloh Fletcher. Fletcher's been the playmaker for Howe during this tournament. A steal and a trip to the hoop for Whetstone. And Seiling is aboard 2-0. We've got a timeout, first one of the ball game. 7:03 left to go in the first quarter. 30-second break. We'll keep it right here, and we'll let you know that our Tournament of Champions coverage brought to you by a number of fine sponsors, and those that you see on the screen, Adam, are good advertising partners of Squirtle, and we appreciate all of them.
Oh, yeah, definitely. They've been with us all year long, and any opportunity that we have that allows us to be able to produce a show like this, our advertisers are always right there with us, and we want to obviously thank them because we couldn't do it without them.
I think you just needed an excuse to go over to HTO and see those folks. We appreciate our guys John Love and Mindy West at the Tulsa location, Lane Jones down in Oklahoma City.
Mackenzie Jewell down in Oklahoma City.
Mackenzie Jewell. Boy, they've got it going on, don't they?
Man, that is some great stuff. Everybody's like, how can T be that good? It's that good.
I've heard that Jim Traber just lives there now.
He does.
Maddie Ramsey out of the backcourt, closely guarded. Back down on the near side. The give to Shiloh Fletcher. Cross-court pass over to Raylan Delt. Now the basketball knocked away by Seiling. Gore into the front court. Finds an open lady. 2-point shots on the way and in. Arietta Whetstone will get that one, and it's 4-0. All Lady Cats so far.
And really this is the style of play that Seiling, they're getting easy buckets and they're using that pressure.
Ramsey down low. 2-pointers on the way and in for Raylan Delt. You know, Howe's one of those, we've talked about this during the tournament, but, if you're driving through Howe and you're not from there, you see basically nothing but a gas station. But it's one of those places in LeFlore County that has turned out to be a pretty legendary place in the area of athletics in the state.
Oh, they have been lights out basketball-wise, boys and girls, for over a decade. Very impressive runs that they've had.
Kinley Gore's shot marred by a foul. They'll give this one to Raylan Delt, the 5'10 senior. Gore going to the free throw line.
And Seiling's kind of the same way. Obviously, the opposite direction of the state. Actually a little bit bigger of a town, to be honest with you, even though they're smaller in classification. But the Seiling girls basketball program has been, for the past 2 or 3 decades, and a lot of it has to do with Brady Hamer, the coach there. He's a phenomenal coach, and great community, great girls. Obviously, you got to have players to win,
sure,
obviously. But his system and how he coaches them and how those girls receive that coaching is pretty impressive.
5:55 to play, first quarter action, and here come the Lady Lions. Maddie Ramsey down low, finding Kaylee Turner. Her shot for 2 falls short. Back the other way, Delt trying to get a second chance opportunity. Bracy Nyberg was in the way there, and they'll call her for the foul, so Delt's going to the free throw line. Lots of basketball action over the holiday season. I know the First Lady of Squirtle, Tasha Dieselhorst, she is en route for more actually conference basketball action for Northwestern as they go to Southern Arkansas.
They're in Van Buren today, Arkansas, getting a little walk through, and then headed to Magnolia, beautiful Magnolia.
If you've ever driven from Alba to Magnolia, you'll just wish that Southern Arkansas had come to meet you at Van Buren. Back the other direction, long 2 off the glass, no good. The basketball's loose, and the whistle blows before a shot taken by Nyberg. Call this one on Shiloh Fletcher.
So I got a little background on Nyberg for you.
Okay.
Her dad is the boys basketball coach. Mom was a phenomenal high school girls basketball player. Uncle is Kevin Llewellyn,
right,
that coaches at Lomega. That's won about 100 state championships. So had 2 older brothers, phenomenal basketball players. It's just a family of basketball, and she's only a sophomore. And I'll tell you, she's got a huge upside.
So what you're saying is Bracy's on the team whether she wants to be or not.
Yes. Yeah, and she's played a lot of ball, and you can watch her and you can tell. So
Shiloh Fletcher back over to Kayla Nye, now to the right wing to Raylan Delt. Back over to Nye. 2-point shots on the way and in. 8-4 our score. 5:07 left to play. Back the other direction. Lady Cats up for a shot. They'll count the basket. And a foul called in the mix. So now Arietta Whetstone will head to the free throw line for the and one. So you have been to the Tournament of Champions this week. Last week you were at Cameron Indoor Arena watching Duke play.
A little bit different atmosphere.
What's next?
Although this atmosphere is great, man. Cameron was it was unreal. If you're a basketball fan and you have a bucket list and you can find a way out there to get to a game, I would highly recommend it. Even if you're not a fan of Duke.
Did you give any advice to Coach K after the game?
I didn't. He needed it in the first half, though. Virginia Tech was all over him, but obviously just in Coach K fashion, they made the adjustments and ended up winning by about 10.
Fletcher out of the corner, cross-court pass to Maddie Ramsey. Back over to Fletcher. Back to the near side, Nye. She'll drive in, 2-pointers on the way it in. Of course, as a Razorback fan, my favorite day was that day in 1994 when Corliss, Scotty, and the rest of them got that 76-72 win over the Blue Devils.
Yep.
Shot missed for the Lady Cats. But you got to take your hat off to Duke's success.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I loved watching those Arkansas teams play. That was fun.
Happy 80th birthday, by the way, to Nolan Richardson yesterday.
It's like we planned that.
Long threes off the iron, no good.
Now she can hit those. She's a Oklahoma Christian commit for Howe.
Back the other direction. Here comes Seiling. Nyberg into the paint. 2-point shots off the rim and no good. I bet you know where most of these girls are going at the D2 level, whether you want to or not, over at the Dieselhorst house. Out around the perimeter, Kayla Nye. She tries to feed a person in the paint and can't do it as Seiling will steal it away. Nyberg into the front court, takes it up and under. 2-point shots over the rim and no good. Rebound and a 3-pointer falling short. You know, it's interesting to see this BOK floor and the different levels of 3-point shots.
Yeah.
It was a little confusing for me at first because I kept calling twos that were actually threes, and then
yeah, and it messes with the kids too. I mean, that you see that a lot when they play any of these gyms, especially collegiate level gyms. They're always trying to shoot behind the deepest line for some reason. But
back to the right side, Delt driving near the baseline, taking it in the paint. 2-pointers on the way and in. 3:04 left to go. 11-8 our score.
Well, you would talk about history from both sides of these schools. Chris Brown at Howe has done a phenomenal job, and he had the Oglesby girl a few years back. One of the better scorers in state history.
Right.
I believe she's at Arc Tech now playing.
Yes, she is. A Golden Sun. My alma mater.
I'm going to continue with the Division II knowledge, basketball knowledge.
Well, I'm
so I'll
sure
keep dropping
it
for you.
Yeah. You just need to get you. Well, are they playing at Bartlesville anymore, or is that done?
I
think they're going to Shawnee.
That's right. That is right. So
Indians built a brand new
they did. They
arena.
are. They're playing at the event center at the Fire Lake Casino. That is right.
Up and under, 2-point shots on the way and in for Caleb Nye. I'm going to have to get the Cherokees to build one over here at Catoosa so we can not have to drive so far for the GAC basketball tournament. Log threes off the rim and no good. I'll tell you that I think it's the Potawatomi tribe down there in Shawnee. The facilities they've built at those Fire Lake complexes are second to none. They really have a lot to be proud of down there.
Yeah, they have the spring football clinic or the winter clinic over there. OFBCA does, and it is an impressive facility every year whenever they have that. So
2:07 left to play here. Seiling leading Howe 11-10. I'm going to pick on Todd Miller now. If the Indians would just build OBU a visitor's press box so that to have good radio broadcasts over there, Shawnee would be complete.
Yeah, that's true.
Into the front court. Here come the Lady Lions.
Good pass.
Nyberg feeding an open teammate. 2-point shots marred by a foul. And this one's going to be on Raylan Delt. Minute 56 left to go here. First quarter action.
And we're going to have Coach Glover on at halftime, right?
I believe so, yes.
Yep, that's right.
Your old coach.
I call him Coach, so David Glover of the OSSA, who does a phenomenal job during basketball season of it's probably one of the toughest things to do, pairing up the playoffs, figuring out matchups, travel, all those types of things. And him and his wife, Cindy, that's sitting across the way here, I know they spend countless hours working on that and trying to be as fair as possible.
Whetstone's free throw makes it 12-10. Into the front court for Howe is Abby Huey. Out around the perimeter, she'll give it over to J.C. Blake. Blake back up top, give over to Huey again. Down on the baseline, the basketball stolen away. Kenley Gore coming away with it for Seiling. Up and under a 2-pointers. Again marred by a foul. Madison Claver was headed for the hoop. Drew contact from an opposing player there. And that is going to be on Silo Fletcher. Her second, leading Claver back at the free throw line. Would Coach Glover have any availability for me to ask some questions about the record worst junior high football team that Jacob Dieselhorst kept referencing on Squirtle Pay Dirt over at Fairview?
He may remember some of those teams for sure. I think he would. It was a terrible junior high team. I can vouch for that. I was in elementary then and remembered those were a lot of long trips. I think Seiling may be one of the teams that probably goose-egged them.
Over to the right wing. Huey out around the perimeter. taking it back over to the left corner, finding J.C. Blake.
It's great defense by Seiling.
Now the basketball loose, everybody going for it. The thumbs are in the air and the jump ball's called, so Seiling will get it again. Seiling keeps getting this basketball, whether they steal it, whether the jump ball goes their way. They've gotten some good breaks today.
Well, the way they play defense, they man or a matchup zone or whatever they're doing, pressing, they do it with one speed, and that is hard.
That's Coach Hamer's M.O.
Nice take. Oh.
Under shot up for Bracy Nyberg. It won't go. Back the other direction. Here come the Lady Lions. Yeah, Kinley Gore out of nowhere coming to try to steal that basketball and ends up tipping it out of bounds, but Howe will get it. It's not for a lack of effort on Seiling's part, though.
No. And Gore's another one. You want to talk about a family of tradition-rich athletes. Her older sisters were played in this tournament and put on a clinic in this tournament, and are two fantastic basketball players at Southwestern.
Inbound throw given inside, 2 points. Shot is off the rim for Maddie Ramsey, but she's got a foul to contend with that they call on Ariana Whetstone. Well, we've had some excitement here today. Of course, Cashin falling short in that last ball game. First free throws off the rim and no good. We have not conducted a welfare check on John Hardaway yet. Go make sure he's all right. Next free throws off the rim, no good. Back the other direction, here comes Seiling. Nyberg on the attack. She'll take it out of the backcourt slowly. 18 seconds left to go in the first quarter. You can hear the Seiling Lady Cats counting them down. Nyberg up for the shot. 2-pointers on the way it in, and we've come to the end of the first quarter. Our score, Seiling 15 and Howe 10. Back for the second quarter right after this 1-minute break. You're watching the Tournament of Champions from the BOK Center in Tulsa on Squirtle.
The High Plains Insurance Agency takes pride in keeping up with many changes in the crop insurance industry and keeping their insurers informed of these changes. The goal is to help each farmer customize their crop insurance to meet their needs. Thanks for your continued business, and remember, call Amy, Carissa, or Danny at High Plains Insurance in Medford and Loyal at 580-395-2447 or toll free at 1-800-346-4056 for a quote today.
With over 24 flavors of iced tea, HTO is your new destination for the best premium water and iced tea in all of Oklahoma, offering over 500 drink combinations and half-price tea during happy hour. This is your ultimate tea playground. You can order online through the app or the website for a quick pickup. Open from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. Be sure to stop by your Tulsa location. HTO for the best tea you've ever sipped on.
Again, our appreciation goes to John Love and Mindy West and the crew at the Tulsa HTO for being a great sponsor of Tournament of Champions action here on Squirtle. Howe Lady Lions with the basketball out of the break as the second quarter commences. 2-point shot hangs on the rim, won't fall for Kayla Nye. Back the other direction, here comes Kinley Gore for Seiling. Gore around the perimeter. 3-point shot won't fall for the Lady Cats. And a stickbacks all the way it in for Ariana Whetstone.
Whetstone has had herself a game here early on.
7:30 left to play here. I tell you, watching these small teams play, Adam, makes me excited for the big house. Going to the state tournament. What an atmosphere.
It is an atmosphere unmatched, and small school basketball at the big house. That first weekend is unmatched. The communities, literally they always say turn the lights off, and
right.
I truly believe that. It was we were at the Ringling Cashin Football State Championship this year, and I brought my older brothers along, and obviously he grew up in Fairview in a small town, but had been living in the Deer Creek area.
Right.
And they just couldn't believe how many fans from Ringling and Cashin were at that game. They were like, the whole towns are here.
There was ever a time to rob a convenience store in Cashin. That was the day to do it.
But I promise you, if you Seiling and Howe, both these two teams are staples at the state house, at the big house, and you'll see a ton of fans from both of those sides anytime that Howe or Seiling are playing.
Well, it's always fun to watch, and so many of the – I enjoy the even smaller schools that you don't get to see during football season that are just basketball crazy.
Yep.
And it'll be fun to watch, and hopefully we'll have quite a bit of coverage of that on both radio and on Squirtle throughout the course of the state tournament.
That is the plan, as always.
Whatever
they'll let us do, we'll do, right?
We'll try to grease the palms of the OSSAA at halftime as Coach David Glover will be with us. Into the front court for Howe. It's Kayla Nye with the three-pointer. It's over the rim and no good. Basketball struggled for by both teams on the rebound attempt, and Howe ends up tipping it out of bounds. Seiling will inbound it. 6:55 left to play here. I knew we were going to have some folks from the OSSAA here this week. They're, of course, getting ready for basketball. Didn't think we'd see Van Shea Ivan, though. I figured he'd be still celebrating the 35th anniversary of the Pond Creek Hunter State Championship. So,
I think he's out of town because I messaged him yesterday about something. He said he would get back to me when he got back in the office. So
he may be in Arizona with OSU.
Yeah, that is probably where he is. Good point. I didn't even think about that.
He's probably watching those Cowboys in the Fiesta Bowl.
Boy, a heck of a season for OSU.
No kidding.
I'm not an OSU fan, but I'll be honest with you. I respect what they did this year. It's impressive to watch them play.
I'm just hoping Bob Stoops gets to exact his revenge against Oregon tonight. That's all I want to see this year.
Yeah.
Kayla Nye back at the free throw line. 19-12. We do have a basketball game here. 6:14 left to go in the first half. First free throws up and coming. Shots up on the way and in. So it's 19-13. The whistle blows as
subs.
We've got substitutions forthcoming.
On both ways. Lots of subs.
I remember one time when I guess Seiling played at the Tournament of Champions back in like 2017, 2018. It was one of those years. And one of the guys from Eastern Oklahoma that was covering them was streaming the Muldrow games, and he posted on Facebook, he said, I like Seiling so much we may just start broadcasting their games. He said the people were so nice to me. And we've had the same experience here.
Yeah, I believe that's the year where I believe they won a couple games.
They did.
Yeah.
They did very well that year. Nyberg, top of the key, works at right wing over to Kirsten Briggs. Briggs out of the corner, kicks it back up top to Tegan Hamer. Now to the right wing, three-pointer for Kinley Gore's on the way and in. 22-13 our score. 5:27 left to play here. Into the front court, here comes Shiloh Fletcher. She'll swing it around to Maddie Ramsey. Back up to Shiloh Fletcher in three-point range. Now down in the paint, up and under. Two-pointers on the way it in. Back the other way, Seiling on the attack. Kinley Gore with a bounce pass down low. Out to the left wing it goes, and now Howe with a near steal as Maddie Ramsey knocks it away. Over to the far side. The give to the top of the key, back over to Bracy Nyberg. Her shot for three is missing and no good. Rebound Shiloh Fletcher. Fletcher out of the backcourt. Cranks it right wing to Maddie Ramsey. In the paint, 2 pointers on the way and in for Kayla Nye. 22-17 our score. 4:25 left to go in the first half. Back the other way, Nyberg for three. Her shot won't fall. Fletcher taking it the other way again. Fletcher out around the perimeter, still dribbling. Had a chance to hand it off, but didn't take it. Now she'll pass it left wing. Up and under. 2 pointers over the rim and no good for Callan Nye. And Seiling will take it the other direction. Nyberg.
That's going up.
Up top.
Boom.
3-pointers off the rim and no good for Kinley Gore. 3:47 to play here. Out of the backcourt, the Lady Lions and Nye. Nye pushes it down low, trying to give it off to Kaylee Turner. She was unable to make the catch there. Basketball's tipped out of play. And I think they're going to say Seiling had the last touch.
They're going to put a shove on Nyberg.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
Called a foul on Nyberg.
It is a foul. That's why I have you here.
As long as I can provide that, if anything, right? Other than my vast knowledge of Seiling and Howe.
Yes.
Communities.
Well, you seem to know all the folks from Seiling because I don't know if that's.
Well, they're kind of in Major County a little bit. Major County, Blaine County, kind of that area. Everybody knows everybody. Everybody meets at Canton Lake.
I've learned that.
Yeah.
Into the front court. Here comes Seiling. I'll tell you how here in a second. Kinley Gore taking it to the top of the key. Back over to Nyberg. Now to the right wing. They'll give it off to Kirsten Briggs. Back up top to Gore. Three-pointers on the way and in. Long three's good, and we've got a whistle and a foul, I believe. They'll make up their mind at some point. No, I have figured out that Northwest Oklahoma is a very small world.
Oh, it is.
It gets much smaller when you're going anywhere with the voice of the Winoka Railroaders, Ben Buckland.
He knows everybody.
I was in a bathroom at a gas station in Elk City. Ben ran into somebody he knew, no lie. I was like, my gosh.
Yeah.
Everybody knows Ben.
Yeah. It's wild how many people from that part of the state you run into that you know different places.
Absolutely.
Well, when we say that, we talked about my Duke trip. Coach Larry Johnson from Roth, I ran into him while I was in Durham, which is pretty cool.
Awesome. Kinley Gore back over to Nyberg from the right wing. A shot for three, off the ribbon, no good. Of course, our buddy Greg Merrick over at the Oklahoma News Network, he's a Seiling man.
He is.
I think that's where he goes for his vacations.
Canton Lake?
Yeah, actually. Shiloh Fletcher back up top to Maddie Ramsey. Down low and in the paint. Basketball's knocked loose. Everybody fighting for it.
I was telling Brady before the game that there's always things in life that make you realize how old you're getting, and one of them for me was what occurred today when I realized his daughter is playing varsity basketball. I mean,
yeah.
I cannot believe that Tegan is playing varsity basketball. It's crazy.
It's nuts. Well, and I look out at these kids and, these freshmen who are in the same grade as my daughter.
Wild.
Molly turned 14 and is about to be 15 in May, and I'm just like, this time goes way too fast for sure. Up top, Kinley Gore with the basketball. She'll crank it over to the right wing. 3-point shot for Tegan Hamers over the rim and no good. And now we've got a foul called on Seiling, actually. That's Kirsten Briggs. Why don't you pull up that chair there? Yeah, that'd be fine, yeah. Making arrangements for Coach David Glover's visit here in just a second. Thank you for bearing with us as we do that. I want to get him in from the OSSAA. Back the other direction. Here comes Seiling down low. 2-pointer off the rim and no good for Tegan Hamer. Rebound and a stick back on the way and in from Ariana Whetstone. Here come the Lady Lions of Howe. Over to the left wing. We're going to give it off to Maddie Ramsey. Coach, how are you? Here comes Seiling on the attack. Lady Lions with it. It'll be Nyberg back up top. She'll give it over to Hamer. Now to the left wing. Now Nyberg with a 3-pointer. It's in and out, no good. Minute left in this first half. Into the front court for Howe. It's going to be Shiloh Fletcher. Now to the right wing. She'll give it off to Maddie Ramsey. 50 seconds left. Ramsey handing it back off to Madison Claver. 40 seconds left to go. Out around the perimeter, a pass inside to Isabella Hammonds, who's now in the ballgame. 2 pointers on the way it in. Back the other direction. Here comes the Lady Lions. Nyberg with it. Actually, that was Raylan Delt who scored that last play. It would help if we looked at the right roster. Now they're going to hold off for the last shot for Seiling. Kinley Gore with it. 6 seconds. They're going to call her for a violation, and now Howe will get to take it the other way. 5.7 seconds left to play here. Inbound throw will come from Callan Nye of Howe. Inbound throw coming into Raylan Delt. Delt down in the paint. 2-point shot at the buzzer won't go, and that's off the rim and no good to make it a 27-19 score as we go to the half. Coming up, we will have Coach Glover from the OSSAA joining us, and we'll talk to him in 1 minute on Squirtle. Coach, how are you? Good to see you.
At Krotz, Lowry & Associates, our dedication to superior client service continues to drive our pursuit to provide the highest quality service. We are committed to providing close, personal attention to our clients and take pride in giving you the assurance that the help you receive comes from years of advanced training, technical experience, and financial acumen. We are not your ordinary bean counters. Call us today and find out what makes us different. 405-848-2200. Or visit us at krotzcpa.com.
Dr. Devin Nightingale is your chiropractic choice in North Edmond with easy access from Cashion, Guthrie, Luther, and all the Oklahoma City surrounding areas. As a former college athlete, Dr. Nightingale understands the importance of a fully functioning body to gain that competitive edge. Also certified in prenatal and pediatric treatments, Dr. Nightingale sees all types of patients, ranging from 2 weeks old to 97 years old. We offer conservative treatments to get you back in the game, whether you're a weekend warrior or a professional athlete. So give us a call at 405-471-5565 for a free consultation today.
We welcome you back to the BOK Center in downtown Tulsa. Grant Merrill along with you. Adam Dieselhorst roaming around here somewhere. And Coach David Glover from the OSSAA. How are you, sir?
I'm wonderful.
Well, we wanted to get you over here. First of all, we wanted to know if there was any truth to the rumor that the actual Fairview Hall of Fame was made up of most of the Dieselhorst family. But
well, the Dieselhorst Hall of Fame is definitely active with diesel horses, but now they're a great bunch of kids. I call them kids anyway. Yep. I think a lot of all of them.
Well, I know that Fairview was a wonderful place to coach for you, and you know, kind of. You got to experience a lot of the small school basketball that we're seeing here today. We've got Seiling and Howe, and, you know, you kind of went from being a coach at Fairview, and now you're coordinating a lot of the tournaments and just the postseason, and that's an awesome responsibility, isn't it?
It is, and it's one that, you know, Grant, I take it really seriously. I've spent part of my Christmas break, you know, looking at geographics of things and talking to people about sites. It's our playoff system is unique, and you know, we have coaches every year. They complain about the rankings. They, you know, and they, if they only knew that when I go nationally, which I've had the opportunity to do the last 9 years, and I talk to these other states, they just marvel at the way we do it.
Sure.
You know, we don't get it perfect. Our system's not perfect, but in the small schools where you have boys and girls combined, you want to keep the communities together. The whole thing is just it's a lot of hours. It's a lot of late nights.
I'm sure you are up close and personal with the fact that the passion of small school basketball and big school basketball in this state, because you get to hear about it from everybody during the postseason.
Yeah.
I mean, we really have some passionate fans in Oklahoma.
You know, we do, and you know, we were just sitting over there. I was just talking to we have some friends that came with us, you know, and they said, "Boy, we wouldn't want to be a referee." Well, these people, I think it's wonderful that we have these ladies out there officiating this. We need more of that. But the passion that these small schools bring into the into these gyms all year long. It is, Grant. It's second to none. And I don't think any of it's personal. It's just passion. It's community pride like no other. And that's what I love about it. And that's why I do try to get it as right as we can get it.
I know the help wanted sign is out at so many places, but it's really out in the world of officiating.
Yeah.
You need some folks to step up and kind of be a part of that next generation and talk about how, if somebody's watching this, how they can get involved if they've ever wanted to be a referee.
You know, the main thing is go to a game, ask the officials that are at the game, who's your coordinator from this area. Call our office and ask for the director of officials, and they'll guide you the right direction. Our numbers are down. In basketball, our main problem is getting the people that will sign up for the playoffs.
Sure.
Our sheer numbers, I think, might be there, but I know Mr. Gower and his assistant Sherry Riddell, they're worried every year. I'll give you, for instance, last year during what we call the big week, when every class is playing, every boys and girls team's out there playing. We had 3 extra officials that weekend. That was it.
Wow.
3 extra officials. And that was during a COVID year, so you can imagine the nervousness that we had as the week went on. But Oklahomans, we'll get it done. I know it's a crisis, but people step up. And like I said, it's wonderful. I'm going to go back and talk to Grant about these ladies that I'm seeing refereeing here and get their names, because you can give back to the game in a lot of ways.
Well, Raymond Ships and Linda Drink have done a great job of coordinating the officials for the Tournament of Champions, and I know that got to make you proud to see as an OSSAA official the effort that's been put in. Kind of talk about the next few weeks for you. I mean, you've already started coordinating some of this stuff. What do your days look like and try to put together the postseason?
Well, I answer every phone call and every email that comes in. I get to hear about that team we're sub 500, but we're really a lot better than our record shows, and I don't mind listening. I've got my coaches out there. I know I can count on. They're gonna shoot me straight about things, and then I take all that information, we write it down, and then take our rankings that the coaches do. To answer your question, I'll be on the phone all day, and then go home and work all night.
Oh, wow.
And trying to get the pairings as right as we can, the regional sites, the area sites, and then ultimately our state tournament, which I love sitting back and watching it all play out.
There's no better atmosphere in America than the big house during the fall. And that's another thing. You guys have moved the bigger classifications back to Lloyd Noble Arena at OU. So that's going to be a change this year, and it's going to be something that will make it a little more convenient for people who want to watch all levels of basketball.
Oh, it will. And there'll be that second week. There'll be basketball wherever you want to go watch it.
Absolutely.
So, and it's the best and cheapest entertainment you can get.
Well, Coach, thanks for dropping
you
by.
Bet.
Appreciate you.
Keep Adam in line and don't let Chris Lincoln dominate too much.
Well,
right?
Lincoln's probably going to ask you to come on Oklahoma sports scene before
I've done that
here,
before.
So
I'll do it. Love
we
to do that
definitely
again.
want to have you back, and
all right.
We'll make sure you get fed real well when you come
I'll
up.
do that.
And
all right, you guys have fun.
Thank you, Coach.
You're doing a great job. I've watched a lot of the games.
Thank you. Appreciate that. All right, that's Coach David Glover from the OSSAA joining us here, and we'll let him get back to watching more basketball. We'll be back for the third quarter in 30 seconds. Stay with us. This is the Tournament of Champions on Squirtle.
Are you looking for a bank that provides excellent security and safety for your account information? Then Bank Central is made for you. When you use our website, bcna.com, you can pay bills, check account balances, download statements, and even manage your debit card. With our mobile app, you can do all that, plus make deposits as easily as taking a picture with your phone. Talk to a CSR at any of our 6 locations to find the products that work best for your banking needs. At Bank Central, we're centered on you. Member FDIC. Are you looking for a bank that provides excellent security and safety for your account information? Then Bank Central.
The thing with car buying nowadays is just how many options there are when it comes to where to actually get a car. Dealerships, websites, auctions, private sellers, and so on. But knowing exactly where to get your car loan makes it all much less stressful.
Welcome back to the BOK Center in downtown Tulsa. Grant Merrill, Adam Dieselhorst along with you. Thank you, Coach David Glover, for joining us here at halftime. What a awesome guy and a big responsibility that he has for basketball season with the OSSAA.
Yeah, we touched on it earlier, Grant, and his wife's sitting across the way holding their grandkid over there. Not only is she a great grandmother, but she also, I don't know if people realize the time she puts into it, helping too as well, Coach Glover. And there's a handful of other people at the OSSAA that are involved, obviously, and that's a pretty big task.
End of the third quarter we go. Seiling will put it into Bracy Nyberg here. Out of the backcourt, she takes it up front with a right-handed dribble. Bounce pass over to Kinley Gore. Gore to the right wing. Finds an open lady in Madison Claver. Now the basketball knocked away. Taken by Shiloh Fletcher. Fletcher down on the left side of the paint. Cross-court pass over to Maddie Ramsey. Out to the right wing. Three-point shots on the way it in for Callan.
And you knew eventually one of those would go down. Howe in the first half did not shoot the three ball very well, but that one looked good.
Well, if you can just figure out which line to get behind, you're okay on this BOK Center floor. It has been a little bit interesting to see people's reactions to that. Of course, one of them is high school, one of them is college, and one of them is NBA if I was told correctly. So,
you know, and they always talk about the corner three in the NBA. And just seeing it visually, you realize how much shorter the difference is. You know, because they always talk about, you know, when they're setting their offense up in the NBA, and you can see that visually in person. It's, you know, not much of a different of distance compared to out here on the perimeter.
From the left wing, three-pointers in and out, no good. Yeah, as we were leaving last night, Chris Lincoln gave me like a 15-minute dissertation on the measurements of the floor and the lines and. Yeah, he was all over it.
Yeah.
We got a timeout on the floor, 6:25 left to go. Seiling 27, Howe 22. We'll take a 1-minute break and be back after this. This is the Tournament of Champions on Squirtle.
Upper crust wood-fired pizza.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
One of our great sponsors and food partners at the Tournament of Champions is Whataburger. Adam Dieselhorst, I just got a coupon for free breakfast on a bun.
I'm telling you.
I think we talked about the chicken sandwich enough. They gave us one.
People can say all they want to about In-N-Out and all these other places. I'm Whataburger all the way.
Absolutely.
I mean, the Whataburger mushroom and Swiss is to die for. I know Michael Swisher, Squirtle Media member also as well, is a big fan of the mushroom and Swiss.
2 pointers on the way in. We're big fans of Callan Nye's efforts there as she puts up a 2 that's in to make it 27-24.
And that's 5 straight for her.
Yes, it is. In the front court, Kinley Gore for Seiling. She'll give it down low to an open teammate. Basketball's tipped out of play here. I tell you, just getting more and more excited about this basketball season. It's been fun so far, and we're talking to Coach Glover. It's always a good time to start preparing for the postseason. The end of the front court. Fletcher with the basketball. She unhands it, and we've got a foul called. Bracy Nyberg is going to be the guilty party here. Some of the other tournaments happening around. You were talking about the Wheat Capital Classic that's coming up. We've got that. We've got I was talking to somebody yesterday about the Medford tournament that's coming up. We're going to be broadcasting some of those up in northwestern Oklahoma. And I say we, KALV and Alva is.
Sure.
And we've got couple of different things, but I mean, there's some big basketball coming in the next few weeks.
Yeah, this next week you'll have a lot of those classic basketball tournaments across the state, and you can go to any part of the state and find a great basketball tournament anytime. But yeah, we'll be covering the Wheat Capital. Plus, end of January we have our big Squirtle Festival, which is there at Enid every year. And this year, actually, because of scheduling conflicts at the Stride Bank Center with the concert because of COVID, we will actually, Enid High is hosting it this year, which Enid High, I don't know if you've seen, their new gym is beautiful.
It is absolutely amazing. Out to the left wing, Kenley Gore swings it around to Tegan Hamer. Now to the right wing, Emily Shook. Back to Tegan Hamer. Bounce pass into the paint. Gore knocks it away and out of bounds, and it'll be Howe's basketball. Tell you one thing about that Stride Bank Center in Enid, they've got something going on there like every week.
They do.
And Tom Nelson is usually there. That's another thing I figured out. Squirtle's Tom Nelson. I'm surprised they just haven't given him a key to the arena.
Yeah, he's the key master for sure there. That facility, I tell people this, if you talked about Enid earlier on, right now it has the largest Christmas tree in the world.
Yes.
It's currently there, the largest fresh Christmas tree. But
it's in your yard, isn't it?
Yeah, right in my backyard. But because the wind blew it off that one night. But the Stride really has great concerts, and it's an unbelievable concert venue because it's small enough that it's, and they have some great acts. My dad and mom are going to Three Dog Night here in 2 weeks there.
Well, the basketball slapped out of bounds, almost hit the referee in the head there, but she quickly ducked out of that, and we've got Kenley Gore with an inbound throw here. Back over to Nyberg. Back inside, 2 pointers off the rim and no good. Basketball's tipped out of play, and the whistle blows as Howe had the last touch. Seiling will have it here. Gore will throw it back into action.
Nyberg is struggling from the field. It's Sealing's got a 3-point lead. She's usually the one putting up a lot of the points.
Back the other direction. Here comes Howe after a missed shot.
Good pass.
Up and under, 2 pointers on the way and in. That is going to be Kaylee Turner. She'll make it a 27-26 1-point ball game. 3-point shots on the way and in. Tegan Hamer nailing that one from long range. How far is Seiling from Enid? About 30 minutes? 45?
Oh, further than that. Yeah, it's close to an hour.
Okay.
Yep.
My Northwest Oklahoma distances are a bit off.
It's probably an hour to hour and 15 maybe. It depends upon how fast you go.
Raylan dealt with a shot, and now Seiling in the front court. Their opportunity missed. Back the other way, Shiloh Fletcher. Top of the key, Fletcher working around the perimeter. Looking for that shot. Well, I mentioned those venues as up and under goes Madison Claver, or Callan Nye. Her shot's on the way in. She draws a foul on the way up. That one's on Whetstone. These places like Stride Bank and Enid High, they're going to be excellent places for state basketball tournaments.
Yeah, they are. And the Stride typically hosts usually a Class A area, which a lot of times you're going to see Seiling there, and then 2A a lot of times. So you'll see some really good basketball. There's great we talk about arenas. There's great arenas across the state. I know down in southeast Oklahoma they have it's like a all-purpose facility.
Right.
I can't remember the name of that facility, but I know a lot of small school basketball gets played down there in that area. And it's another great a venue as well that hosts a lot of state tournaments.
Gore into the front court, brings it back over to Briggs. Now to Tegan Hamer. Hamer gets it knocked out of her hands. Shiloh Fletcher coming up with the basketball. She'll give it off to Raylan Delt. Now to Callan Nye. Nye in the paint. 2-pointer. It's off the glass, no good. Rebound, Seiling. Nyberg coming up with it here. She'll work it the other direction. Now the basketball into the hands of Hamer. Tegan looking. She'll give it down to the corner. Kirsten Briggs. Shots off the rim and no good. Now Howe will move the other direction.
It's been a lid on the rim for Seiling in this quarter, and Howe has really made a big comeback.
Shiloh Fletcher. Back up top to Raylan Delt. Delt back over to Nye. 2 minutes left as of right now. from the left wing. Long three. Off the rim and no good. Howe, pretty good rebounding team. They'll come back and fire a two. Shots on the way and in for Raylan Delt. Minute 45 left to go in this third quarter. And Howe has taken a 33-30 lead over Seiling. Up and under. 2-point shots on the way and good. That is Isabella Hammonds.
It's a good answer there by Seiling.
Lady Lions take it down on the right wing. Dealt with a bounce pass out to the left wing. 3-point shots on the way and in. Shiloh Fletcher with that one. 36-32 our score. Minute left in this third quarter. Into the front court. Seiling unhands the basketball. Howe forcing the steal. Up and under. Dealt for another two. On the way it goes, and Howe's up 38-32. Back the other direction. A shot blocked. Hammonds going up for it. Player comes down, slaps it out of her hands, and it's knocked out of play. 46 seconds left to go here. Talked about a lot of basketball. You mentioned the Squirtle Festival. Can we say who's participating in it yet?
Oh, man, yes. Seiling is in it. Seiling will be
That's what
playing.
I thought.
Yeah, Seiling girls and Hooker girls and Seiling boys. Cashin plays in that tournament every year. Hydro is in it. Obviously, Chisholm's one of the host schools. Perry is in it. Frontier is in it. I believe Preston may be in it this year. There's a lot of really good schools in it.
20 seconds left to play, and here comes Howe.
You know,
Basketball's tipped out of bounds.
That event started one day, and it expanded 2 days, and now we added a third day. So we play. It's just a festival. Some of the schools that come and travel a long distance will get 2 games in.
Right.
And the other thing that we do about it is it's mostly smaller schools, 4A and down. And so by then their playoff brackets have already come out, so it doesn't hurt them to face and have good matchups against each other. So we get some really cool matchups in a facility like you mentioned that you're going to be playing an area tournament in.
10 seconds left. Fletcher, top of the key. 5 seconds, 4 seconds. Basketball's tipped out of play. 1.2 seconds left. We'll see what the Howe Lady Lions can do with it. Shiloh Fletcher will have the inbound throw. Coach Hamer is trying to get his team lined out here. He does. Fletcher for 3 at the buzzer. Shots off the glass and no good. We've come to the end of the third. Our score, Howe 38, Seiling 35. We're back in 1 minute on Squirtle.
Why be a ranger? At Northwestern, with small classes, you can be seen. With over 40 programs from business to nursing, you can be career driven. With a campus home away from home, you can be independent. With over half our students graduating without student loans, you can be debt free. And with a mosaic of cultures, you can be you. Northwestern, success lives here.
When pain or an injury is keeping you from the game of life, we want to help you get back. To your golf game, your yoga game, to the backyard games, the home games, back to the fun and games. Physical Therapy Central.
If you were wondering how the third quarter went, Howe outscored Seiling 19-8 in comparison to the second quarter where it was 12-9 Seiling, and then Seiling dominated the first one 15-10. Tables turning a little bit as Howe starting to turn things around late in the ballgame, Adam.
Yeah, and the big thing you notice from the stat sheet is Bracy Nyberg, leading scorer from Seiling, being held to 2 points, and I think she believes she's just 1 of 12 from the field so far, so Howe's done a really good job on her.
Into the front court. Here come the Lady Cats. Long threes off the rim and no good. We've got a whistle blowing and basketball out of bounds with the last touch by Seiling. Here come the Lady Lions on the attack. Shiloh Fletcher with the basketball, 7:25 to play. Should give it over to Ashley Dalton, who's in the ballgame. Back up top, J.C. Blake has it. Back over to Fletcher. Now to the left wing, Abby Huey. Lady Lions with it. Blake down low to an open teammate. 2-point shot. Marred by a blown whistle and the give of the basketball to Seiling after the offense. Madison Claver will take it the other direction, giving it over to Kirsten Briggs. Briggs out to the left wing. Long threes. Off the iron, no good. Everybody going after the basketball on the rebound attempt. And now the thumbs are in the air. We've got a jump ball.
A great hustle there by Nyberg, on both sides.
6:44 left to play here. Out of the back court, Shiloh Fletcher with it. She'll crank it left wing over to J.C. Blake. Blake back up top to Fletcher. Fletcher back to Blake. Down to the corner. Huey with it.
Walked.
And now she walked with the basketball, yes.
Got a hockey line change.
38-35 our score. Don't forget, coming up tonight, we've got Championship Wednesday here at the Tournament of Champions.
Good look.
2-point shots on the way in for Whetstone.
Boy, and there are going to be some great games tonight.
I'm looking forward to Memorial and Del City in the boys' finals. And then Lincoln Christian made that girls' final. That's going to be a good one.
Yes, Lincoln Christian, Bixby, right?
Yep. Spartans down in the paint. 2-pointers marred by a foul here. That's going to leave Seiling back at the free throw line. Or I'm sorry, Howe back at the free throw line. I think may need to get a medic for Coach Hamer if he his stress level's a little up right now, isn't it?
Yeah.
First free throws on the way it in.
Obviously everybody's probably thinking because I'm from Major County that I'm being biased, but I don't know about that call.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm 100 feet from it, so she's probably got a better view than me, right?
Right. Next free throws all the way in. That's one thing I was talking about with Coach Glover. You couldn't pay me to do what Coach Glover does because, you know, the emails and the phone calls he gets from passionate fans, and you just see how passionate they become. I mean, it's one thing when it's your community, but then your kids are involved, and, yeah, it's I'm sure he hears from everybody.
And same thing, we were talking about the officials. I have the utmost respect for officials.
You couldn't pay me to be one. Oh, my goodness. Bracy Nyberg gets that shot. Back the other way comes Shiloh Fletcher. I get my feelings hurt on Twitter when people start talking about our broadcast. I can't imagine what these officials think. 2-pointers off the rim, no good for Kaylee Turner. Back the other way.
Good look.
Lady Cats with the basketball. Now it's thrown out. Emily Shook was trying to, or Madison Claver was trying to reach over to make a catch. Couldn't quite get to the basketball, so Howe will have it here. Tied at 40. Now, I'm the husband of a volleyball coach. I may have written an anonymous letter or two over the years, but, yeah, that's a tough job.
Yeah. My dad officiated for almost 30 years, and I actually had my time in officiating basketball, and I appreciate it differently. It's a tough job.
Long three coming. Shots off or falls short of the rim. No good for Kinley Gore.
Somebody's always not going to like you, no matter what, when you're a ref. That's the thing about it.
Well, now that's just America. But that ought to be our motto. Somebody's just not going to like you.
Yeah.
Social media has done that for us.
Oh, goodness.
Fletcher.
Good luck.
Down low. Trying to find a teammate. Throws it out of bounds, and Seiling can take it the other way here.
And this game's gotten kind of sloppy. Howe had a really solid third quarter, didn't turn the ball over, took care of it, hit some big shots, but now they're starting out sloppy here in the fourth.
Nyberg with the basketball. She'll work it back over to Kinley Gore. Back to Nyberg. 3-point shots on the way it in. Nails it from long range. Seiling will take a 43-40 lead, and we've got a 30-second break. 4:08 left to play. This is the Tournament of Champions on Squirtle.
So now you're here again, knocking at my door. A little too late for, I'm sorry for. The lights went out 'cause you kept cutting the cord, and I started to fade into your gray.
This is Grain and Grange Market, the coolest little boutique you've never heard of. Come see us.
For over 50 years, Tulsa Tech has helped people find new career paths, jobs, and a successful future. We've partnered with Tulsa businesses to grow our economy and help train the workforce of our community. During these uncertain times, one thing is for sure. Tulsa Tech will be here when life returns to normal, helping people make their own path. We will get through this together.
Out of the break, Howe with the basketball. Silo Fletcher into the front court for these Lady Lions. Maddie Ramsey taking it now. Welcome back to the BOK Center. Grant Merrill, Adam Dieselhorst along with you. A foul called as Howe was headed to the hoop, and we'll see who this is on.
This game, foul-wise, has been played pretty clean.
Madison Claver, the guilty party here. We'll have another consolation match coming up here in a bit with Jinx and Owasso. That'll be a good boys game tonight.
She walked.
Two-pointer coming for Kaylee Turner, but she walked and it's negated. Yeah, so Brian Montanati facing off with Clay Martin. That'll be interesting to watch. Around the edge of the arc, Kinley Gore, long three-pointers off the rim, no good. Claver with it. She'll swing it back out to an open teammate, but it's stolen away into the front court. Lady Lions lose control of it. And the basketball goes out of bounds and hits a kid who was on his phone. Poor guy. He was probably sitting there playing Fortnite.
He's probably watching our stream.
Well, he might be. We've had people come out of the woodwork who are watching our stream that I didn't even know liked sports. So, from the right wing, Nye with a pass inside. 2-point shot falls short for Kaylee Turner. .302 left to go here. And back at the free throw line, it'll be Turner. Shots up, shots on the way, in and out, no good. She will have another one coming. Turner shots up, it's on the way and in. 43-41, Seiling leading Howe by 2. 3:02 left to go in this basketball game. Now a collision with Kinley Gore and one more, Raylan Delt.
Yeah, and that's just Howe's third. And, Howe can afford to be a little more aggressive here in a one-possession game with, just 3 team fouls. So I wonder if they don't look to kind of extend the zone a little bit.
Back up top, Madison Claver with the basketball.
Ooh.
Out around the perimeter to Nyberg. Back to Claver. 2-point shot on the way, off the rim for Nyberg. Nothing doing there. Howe with the basketball. Maddie Ramsey back over to Raylan Delt. I've been impressed with the Lady Lions' ability to force turnovers this whole game, especially against a high-quality team like Seiling.
Yeah, their length is just the entire game. I was talking to Coach Hamer before the game, too. That was something he was worried about. has bugged them. And when they kind of dropped into that big zone, too, and made it really difficult.
Back at the free throw line, Kaylee Turner will take her first one.
Coach Llewellyn at Lamega just gave me, let me know that they're in the middle of a shoot-around, but he appreciated the shout-out.
Awesome. First free throws on the way it in.
You want to talk about a place that's won some state championships.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, and I got to get you over there sometime because I know you're a big concession food fan.
Yes.
So they have this thing over there called the Mess.
Oh, wow.
And it is – I used to go over there when I was in college because Kevin and I were good buddies, and I would go over there just to ref games. I told him, all you got to do is pay me in the Mess. I don't need any money. That's what I want.
My retirement plan is to create a website that ranks concession stand food for Oklahoma schools. Maybe part of Squirtle one day.
We could do that.
All right.
We got a food blog.
We do. We'll take a quick 1-minute break and be back with more. The remaining 2:24 of this ball game as it's tied 43-all. Seiling and Howe, the tournament of champions on Squirtle.
This is your moment. You've got what it takes. The grit to get from first steps to finishing touches. You're here to train, to put in the hours. Because today's hard work gives you an edge. To get hired, to earn more, to fine-tune a future to be proud of. Career Tech. Get skilled, get paid.
Back here at the VOK Center in downtown Tulsa, Grant Merrill, Adam Dieselhorst along with you. Chris Lincoln doesn't know it yet, but he'll have the call of the next game as we've got more coming up here in a minute. Glad you're with us wherever you're watching on Squirtle TV today. Seiling and Howe tied at 43. Two of the classic small school teams in the state of Oklahoma.
You bet.
Emily Shook has the basketball but gets it knocked away from her. Maddie Ramsey coming up with it, feeding Raylan Delt. Delt almost gets it knocked away. Fletcher.
And look for them to work the ball inside.
Swing it down the right wing over to Callan Nye. Nye springing into motion here. She'll take it over to the left wing. 2-point shots missing and no good. Back the other direction. Here come the Lady Cats.
Well,
Kinley Gore.
Coach Brown wasn't happy there because that was forced inside that time.
Minute 36 to play, tied at 43. Holding foul's going to be assessed there on Shiloh Fletcher, much to the dismay of the Howe fans sitting behind us. And Kinley Gore will have the inbound throw.
Hear a lot of choice adjectives about calls sitting courtside at a basketball game, don't you?
Well, you know, sometimes I don't even need a color commentator. I'll just stick a mic behind us and let the parents do it because they've always got an opinion.
Oh, yes.
As you know. Back the other way. Here come the Howe Lady Lions. 2-point shots on the way and in for Raylan Delt. Kinley Gore back the other way for Seiling. Works it into the paint. 2-point shots off the rim and no good. Fletcher back the other way. Lady Lions lead 45-43. Shiloh for three. Her shot falls short. Basketball's tipped out of play here.
I'll tell you one thing. Shiloh is a great three-point shooter, and she can hit it from deep. But that NBA line is messing with her because she is shooting it 3 feet behind that line, too. She needs to watch less of Steph Curry.
Maddie Ramsey going to the free throw line here. First free throw will not come just yet. We've got substitutions. Bracy Nyberg coming out of the ball game. That may have been her 5th foul.
Yeah, that's not good, losing Nyberg. And she hit those 2 consecutive threes. We talked about her struggling, and here to start the 4th quarter, she hit those 2 big threes, and she's their go-to player on offense.
Ramsey's first one's on the way and in, 46-43 our score. She'll have another one. Shots on the way and in. 56 seconds to play here. Tegan Hamer with the basketball. just a freshman, doing some great things there. I'm sure her dad's pretty proud of the way she's represented this tournament.
Got it.
Long threes on the way and in for Kinley Gore. And we've got a timeout on the court, 47-46. Seiling trailing by 1. We'll take a 30-second break and be back right after this. You're watching the Tournament of Champions on Squirtle.
FloorTech proudly serves schools across the state of Oklahoma with gym floors and janitorial supply needs. Contact Jeff Southall so he can help your school. Jeff proudly supports his hometown Cashin Wildcats. Go Cats!
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
Welcome back to the Tournament of Champions, downtown Tulsa at the BOK Center. Grant Merrill, Adam Dieselhorst along with you. Adam Dieselhorst taking off from the pressure world of agency advertising to come watch some basketball today. I appreciate you jumping on the headset.
Yeah, anytime.
Not that you don't own part of Squirtle or anything. I mean, you are here for that. But.
Yeah, that's what I always tell people. My real job's AMG, but my fun job's Squirtle, right?
Absolutely. I'm not sure what I do. Fletcher out of the backcourt. Neither is my wife, actually. She'll give it over to Shiloh Fletcher out around the perimeter. And now a foul called. Raylan Delt had the basketball, and they're going to charge this to Madison Claver. 30 seconds left. Delt back at the free throw line. First one's off the rim, no good. And we've got a timeout taken by Coach Hamer. Take it with him. Be back in 30 seconds. You're watching the Tournament of Champions from Squirtle.
The High Plains Insurance Agency takes pride in keeping up with many changes in the crop insurance industry and keeping their insurers informed of these changes. The goal is to help each farmer customize their crop insurance to meet their needs. Thanks for your continued business. And remember, call Amy, Carissa, or Danny at High Plains Insurance in Medford and Loyal at 580-395-2447 or toll free at 1-800-346-4056 for a quote today.
Back here at the BOK Center in downtown Tulsa, 47-46 our score. 26 seconds left to play here. Grant Merrill, Adam Dieselhorst along with you. You got some people having fun on the screen.
Yeah,
they're a little dancing in the stands. I mean, when the Gap Band comes on, you can't. If you're not moving, you must be a communist.
There's been some great music played here recently.
Kinley Gore into the front court for Seiling. 17 seconds left.
Watch for Seiling to get a back screen on a three. If they don't, get a look inside, Coach Hamer's going to call a timeout. He'll set up something good, I promise you.
Calvin Nye charged with the foul here, and now, as you said, as you predicted, the Nostradamus of Seiling Sports, Adam Dieselhorst, nailed it. He's going to call a timeout here, and we'll take one with him. Back here in 1 minute. This is the Tournament of Champions from Squirtle.
With over 24 flavors of iced tea, HTO is your new destination for the best premium water and iced tea in all of Oklahoma, offering over 500 drink combinations and half-price tea during happy hour. This is your ultimate tea playground. You can order online through the app or the website for a quick pickup. Open from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. Be sure to stop by your Tulsa location. HTO for the best tea you've ever sipped on.
At Krotz, Lowry & Associates, our dedication to superior client service continues to drive our pursuit to provide the highest quality service. We are committed to providing close, personal attention to our clients and take pride in giving you the assurance that the help you receive comes from years of advanced training, technical experience, and financial acumen. We are not your ordinary bean counters. Call us today and find out what makes us different. 405-848-2200 or visit us at krotzcpa.com.
Back here at the BOK Center in downtown Tulsa. What a great venue for the Tournament of Champions this year. Appreciate all that they've done to make it a success for us.
Nice.
12
play.
seconds left. Oh, man, there's Kinley Gore putting out a basket as we're out of the break.
What a great inbounds play by Coach Hamer there.
Coach Hamer calling a timeout here.
They screened all the action out to the perimeter, and the top screener, Gore, dropped down to the short corner and drilled the jumper.
8.7 seconds left to go in this one. Seiling leading Howe 48-47. And, man, you've gotten to watch a lot of this Seiling basketball. You've gotten to watch a lot of Howe basketball over the years. And they, two teams that always find a way to win.
Yeah.
It's kind of a shame one of them has to lose.
Yeah, and it's going to come down to that. And if I'm Coach Brown, obviously more than likely what they're going to look to do is probably attack the goal because, multiple things good can happen if you're attacking the rim. You get an easy shot. You maybe possibly get fouled. The only bad thing is a miss.
Look at this guy. He's feeling
awesome.
it today. That's awesome. He's got better moves than both of us combined out of Diesel Horse. There we go. I just raised my styrofoam cup of Dr. Pepper in his direction. He is having some fun today. 8.7 seconds left to play here. 48-47. The Seiling.
That was awesome.
Inbound throw to Shiloh Fletcher. 6 seconds, 5 seconds, 4 seconds. Up and under. 2-pointer.
Oh!
On the way it in. And now Howe has beat Seiling at the buzzer.
Wow.
49-48. Oh, goodness.
Watch the replay here, Grant. Great defense by Seiling. That's just a tough shot.
That is a tough shot. Like I said, hard to see anybody lose that one today. And here in the Consolation Championship, what a dramatic ending to this game here.
Well, and you mentioned it too. Two great story programs, great teams. It was going to probably be whoever had the ball last, right?
It is. We will get you some totals and highlights here in just a moment. Take a quick 30-second break, and we'll be back after this. You're watching the Tournament of Champions on Squirtle.
Dr. Devin Nightingale is your chiropractic choice in North Edmond with easy access from Cashion, Guthrie, Luther, and all the Oklahoma City surrounding areas. As a former college athlete, Dr. Nightingale understands the importance of a fully functioning body to gain that competitive edge. Also certified in prenatal and pediatric treatments, Dr. Nightingale sees all types of patients, ranging from 2 weeks old to 97 years old. We offer conservative treatments to get you back in the game, whether you're a weekend warrior or a professional athlete. So give us a call at 405-471-5565 for a free consultation today.
We welcome you back to the Tournament of Champions as Howe beats Seiling 49-48. Totals and highlights include Callan Nye, who had 19 points on the afternoon for the Howe Lady Lions. Raylan Delt with 10. There are players of the game. Kinley Gore leading the way for Seiling with 18. Ariana Whetstone with 16. Coming up, more basketball action. Chris Lincoln has the call next of the boys' consolation finals. You're watching the Tournament of Champions from Squirtle.